Hello friends, I'm Christopher. Today we're talking about lawnmowers. Well, whether it's just the beginning of spring and you're looking to get a lawnmower, or maybe you just got a home and you're a first-time buyer, or maybe you're in the middle of the season and something breaks and you think, haha, time to upgrade, and you're wondering, should I do a particular kind of lawnmower over the other? Maybe that's why you're here. I've had gas, manual, and electric experience, so I'm going to talk about the pros and cons to each of them because I've used them at different stages in my life or on different kinds of grass or kinds of yards. They each have their own benefit and disadvantage, so we're going to tear them apart one by one. I am not a professional landscaper. I don't do 60 hours of yards a week or have a crew or anything and big fancy equipment. I am a consumer. I like to think I'm a slightly higher than average consumer because I like to buy good products and look at them ahead of time, and I'm very fastidious about my yard, but maybe that's just some sort of bias. Maybe you're a fastidious consumer as well, so this will do well for you. Anyways, without further ado, let's start with the gas mower first. Here's my gas mower. It's a Craftsman Precision Plus. I think it's about 6 or 7 years old. Up until 3 years ago, the only kind of lawnmower I ever used was gas. I've had personal pace, self-propelled ones that have no assisted propel, you just push it, ones with giant back wheels that are all the same, wider base, narrow base, you name it. Gas is just the standard, right? You top it off, you make sure the oil's okay, you prime it, you give it a couple pulls, and you go. And the power will keep on going so long as you're holding on to the ignition clutch there and mowing your lawn. So they're ubiquitous, easy to find, and relatively affordable, right? A new low-end lawnmower like this is going to run you $300, plus or minus 50, depending on what features you want, whether you get it with a bag, whether you get it with self-propel or not. And it's going to last a good long time. So who's a gas mower like this for? Well, it can be for anyone, if you're fine with gas. Gas prices, of course, go like this. They are loud, obviously, as a standard motor is going to be. So if you're trying to mow early in the morning or late at night, you're probably going to cause some disruption to your neighbors. A mower this size, so a standard 20-inch, shall we say, is fine for a yard of my size. If you've got a real large yard, you'll probably want a rider or something a little bit bigger, but you can take your time with this. You're not going to run out of charge, anything like that. I'm actually going to be selling this mower this year. I bought it, like I said, 6 or 7 years ago. It was for my mother at her house, and then since then she's moved to a different house and she's got a yard care service, so she didn't need a mower. I took it for myself then because my old lawnmower finally pooped out. And this has worked just fine. So I'm going to hopefully sell this on the marketplace and give it to somebody else who's looking for a mower. Maybe a young couple just getting their first home on a budget, getting something like this so they can take care of their yard. That's perfect. I think that's a great use for something like this. For myself personally, I think the cons of a gas mower at this day and age are too much to merit buying one new. There are so many electric models out there, and their fidelity is increasing almost exponentially every year in terms of battery quality and horsepower and everything else, that it just doesn't pay to not get electric. If you want to call it environmental or sustainability, whatever. That's just one thing. If you're not of the certain mind to understand how to take care of the oil of a machine, right? If you don't know how to check those levels, or if you can't change a spark plug properly, or if you don't understand priming, a gas mower can be confusing. And of course, with a mower like this, you have to keep it laying flat in this configuration when you store it. You don't want to be tipping it up or anything, having the oil, get in the filter or drain inside the motor. That's going to cause problems. So all those together make it not my personal choice, which is why I'm ready to be gone with it. But maybe for you, if you're going to be storing this flat and you don't feel comfortable switching to electric, and you've got a nice gas ecosystem, you don't care about neighbors, you just need something else, a lawnmower like this will do it for you. I certainly got to say the consistent power is what it's got going for it. This is great in the fall, chopping up leaves, sucking things up. You're never going to get any kind of drain where the motor's not working as well as it should be for optimal speed. blah, blah, blah. Gas. This here is your manual horsepower lawnmower. It's a Fisker's Stay Sharp Max reel mower. In fact, it says on the sign, human-powered engineer design. These are pretty cool. I gotta say, I was skeptical at first, but I took the plunge anyways. I got this 3 years ago. These retail new about $250. So again, a nice moderate price. You can get cheaper depending on the the design and stuff. This was their top end one. I found mine secondhand in the Facebook Marketplace for $50. It was a fantastic buy, and then I just sharpened up the blades and I was all set to go. This is an excellent tool, really very wonderful. If my yard were smaller, this is all that I would need. So that's the kind of person I recommend this for. Somebody with a moderate or small yard. This is so terrific for storage, but you also have to have a good heart, right? You gotta have a good cardiovascular system and enough endurance, because you are pushing this. The force behind you is not just pushing the vehicle, but it's also turning the blades that are doing the work on your grass. So it takes a little bit of extra effort to get it going. And of course, if you run into something like a twig that's too big, or a wood chip, or a bump, right? You're gonna get things stuck in here, and you're gonna have to just back it up, move them, and keep going on. I don't think we've talked about the size of my yard yet. It's pretty big. I don't remember the square footage, so let me just show you some pictures. The backyard. The side yard. The front yard. When I mow the entire yard with this, it takes over an hour, about an hour and 15 minutes, because this is a more narrow base. This is, 16, 17 inches, something like that. And I have to do a little bit of overlap, otherwise I feel like I'm missing things. But it certainly has high fidelity. The blades are in excellent shape. They really don't require a lot of maintenance, and you don't get gunk buildup over here. So at the end of the day, this is incredibly easy to clean. There's going to be a risk of accident with any kind of machine, but with this I think it's pretty straightforward. When you stop moving, this stops moving, right? You're not going to accidentally have your foot get caught in the back. Yeah, that's where I was going with that. This makes a prettier cut on the lawn, I'll say that, because the blades in front, which I'm sure I'm showing you some B-roll here, they actually shear the blades of grass. They slice them like you're cutting them with the scissors, as opposed to the rotary blades of the gas and the electric back there, which is like a fan going over and just shredding the heck off the top of them. You get a real nice, crisp, clean cut with these. And for some people, that's great. I know I've got a friend who likes a super manicured lawn, and he even has a golf course on his lawn that he made, and he has at least one of these, and he really likes this kind of cut on his particular grass. So maybe you're a grass guy. This is definitely going to be up your alley. Of course, there is zero cost for this, effectively, once you buy it. You don't have any gas, you don't have a battery that needs charging. It's just eat a hearty lunch, and that's your fuel. Go out and do your work. So for the environment, this is number one, because it is human powered, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, pros: one-time cost, easy to store, you can hang it, you can keep it more vertical, no gas, no oil, no batteries, easy cleaning. The cons: takes a little bit more work, and it's going to take you longer for any given surface. But if you have a smaller yard, this is your lawnmower. And lastly, we have electric. This has that shiny new toy still feeling for me. I have an Ego. There are a lot of different electric mowers out there from common brands. There's Toro Electric, John Deere Electric, and then new things that are just this kind of electric power, like Ego. It is fantastic. This particular one is a 21-inch wheelbase, and I opted to get one that was really decked out. This is a very long-lasting battery. This lasts well over an hour, which is more than enough for me because of this wide base here. I'm done with my yards in about 40 minutes, so I never have to worry about a battery. And it sure is easy to clean and easy to get started. In fact, I'll get off my knees and demonstrate how fantastic it is to start an electric lawnmower. In my case, I press the start button and engage. And I'm sure that came across on camera too, but that is quiet. So something like this, you can go out in the early parts of the morning before it gets too hot, or in the early part of the evening before the darkness rolls in, and you can take care of business without disturbing somebody next door who maybe is working second shift, right? And you want to be a courteous neighbor. I really do like that sound quality. So the biggest con of having an electric lawnmower like this right now is the price. Because of the amperage of the battery that I got the biggest battery that was available to me, so it would last longer, etc. And I got one that had lights on the front, self-propelling, blah blah blah. I think this retails for about $800. I ended up finding a certain time, there's probably a President's Day sale or something like that, where I got $150 off. So there are certain times in the year where you want to look for deals currently for products like this, if that's what you're going for. But that is, that's the price you pay. I was ready for a new lawnmower anyways. The second con is going to be, shall we say, the expected life expectancy of the battery. With this particular brand, the batteries have been known, some of them, to have failure after a couple years, but so long as you register your battery, that can be covered. It's a simple step. Products always say, fill out the warranty, but how many of us actually go through and fill out the warranty for everything? And I think that's where they catch you. So if you do go get electric, regardless of what brand, make sure you've registered your battery for the warranty, just in case you need it down the line. The pros of the electric are, of course, numerous. It's lightweight. I can pick this up quite easily. In fact, there are handles on the front and back. Just because of the nature of the components in here, it's really foldable. Just hit my handle here, fold this up, lift it up by the handles, and I've actually got a rack inside my shed behind me where I hang it up there. Since there's no oil or anything like that, or gas, you don't have to worry about leakage, which makes it super convenient for a storage perspective. And also great for cleaning, especially if you're out and you got some early morning dew and you're doing your lawn. You can just tip this up against a tree, scrape out the bottom, and again, not have to worry about things leaking. It's quiet. You can go for a long time with it. You like to feel like you are being part of the movement towards the future of more sustainable energy technologies. Who knows how long gas motors are going to be here as this kind of technology just becomes more ubiquitous on the market and batteries become more reliable. I like to feel like I'm just in line with the movement. This feels like a gas mower, but less rickety because of the motor. And it operates just the same as that, except it's super easy to start up and clean. So if you're in a situation where money maybe isn't the option and you are looking for a new lawnmower, consider getting electric. Oh, there you go, guys. My thoughts and opinions on gas, manual, and electric. Whatever you get, I hope it's the right choice for you, for your situation. You're not a monster for going with gas still at this day and age. You're not a hero for getting manual or electric. You're just a homeowner, being responsible, getting a tool to do a good job, right? So my closing thoughts on each of them. Gas. It's been here the longest. It can be the cheapest option, consistent power, but you're going to have to deal with oil and primer failures and changing filters, and you have to store it like this. And if you're environmentally conscious, maybe not the right way to go, but it can certainly do a nice big lawn, and it's not hard to do. Good old tried and true. Manual. Usually they're going to be a little bit smaller, and because you're doing all the work for yourself, not just pushing the tool, but getting these started. So it's going to take you a little bit longer. If you've got a smaller yard though, doesn't make a difference. This is definitely the way to go, so long as you are strong of heart and patient of mind. And if you're like a grass nerd, you're gonna love the cut with this. And once you buy it, you don't pay for gas or electric. So that's great. And then the electric one. They certainly are cool. And the power I get out of this battery here in 2023 seems as good, if not better, than this gas motor. Plus, this one has the benefits, for me at least, of lights and self-propel, and it is surely easier to start when you've got that electric start, pushing a button, as opposed to cranking on, the reel over here. They are the most expensive. That's going to be a barrier for entry for many people, but that price is only going to go down as the technology becomes more and more available. And they are quick and easy to charge. So if you have, or you're incorporating electric devices into your yard arsenal, or you're getting solar or geothermal and you're seeking those alternative power sources, and you want these tools to go along with the rest of your holistic approach, that's a great option for you. So what do you have now? What are you upgrading to? Let us know in the comments, and also tell me if I forgot a pro or con for any of these three styles. Thanks a lot for watching. Happy mowing.